I think we will do without the timer. I don't want to pay more tax than I'm paying now.
Every speaker has, in various words, described their own individual and personal experience of a true Nigerian, a mother, a grandmother, but more importantly, an elder statesperson. The late Dr. Mrs. Doyin Abiola ni Abuaba. And so I stand here truly privileged as her governor, but more importantly, someone that I can call as a younger family member in the last couple of years. But one thing that had turned up before I read a few of my speeches is that she had actually taken interest in almost all of the governors that have governed the state. I didn't know that BRF had that one-on-one with her. I certainly had developed that more recently in the last couple of years. And so to family, to friends, and to admirers of a truly remarkable woman, we gathered here tonight, not to mourn, but in reference for a life so profoundly lived and a legacy that will cultivate the passage of time. It is with profound sadness and deep respect that I rise to pay tribute to late Dr. Mrs. Doyin Abiola, a towering figure in Nigerian journalism, a matriarch of grace, and a quiet yet forceful advocate for truth, for dignity, and public service. Mama Doyin, as many affectionately called her, was not just, as we've heard, the first Nigerian woman to rise to the position of a managing director of a national newspaper. A feat she accomplished with extraordinary courage and competence. She was, in every sense, a pioneer, a torchbearer, a woman who navigated the turbulent waters of media, as Delaraki and Tunji Bello had said. She had navigated politics, family, national sacrifice with the poise of royalty and the resilience of a warrior. She was the kind of woman history remembers because she made history. A feat she accomplished not because anyone handed her the keys, but because she earned them. And she had earned them with rigor, with dignity, and I say with every sense of purpose. But tonight, I remember her as something even more personal. And I dare say, in the last 5 years, she will be my very quiet confidant. She was a mentor and a big aunt. A quiet force who shaped more decisions than she ever took credit for. Sitting down here, I've read several text messages from her. Several. And in days even which you would not have expected that she had watched the news or she had gone through the newspapers, she would kindly set a note of encouragement, of courage. To me, a whole lot of time. Auntie was married to the late Chief M.K. Abiola, one of Nigeria's most iconic sons. She stood by his side in times of triumph and turmoil. We were not that young, but we also were watchers. She was not in his shadow. She was his equal, an intellectual force. She was a strategist, a woman of steel, clothed in velvet. And a lot of people have confirmed that this evening. But beyond the public achievements, beyond the accolades and the historic appointments, Dr. Abiola's most sacred titles were those she held in the intimacy of her family as a mother, a mother-in-law, a grandmother, and more importantly, a matriarch. She poured her love and legacy into her only daughter, Doyin Sola, a.k.a. Ìyàwó Bámiṣé, named after herself, as tough to plant in her a double portion of strength, a double portion of grace and of promise. And oh, what a promise Doyin has indeed become. A living reflection of a mother's brilliance and elegance. I think Doyin deserves a round of applause. And to my Aburo Bámiṣé Tobo, her devoted son-in-law, you were not just a son by marriage, but by trust and pride. Thank you for standing firm as a pillar of support in Auntie's latter years. And I could testify to that. You truly, truly, truly stood with her. For honoring her with your steadfast loyalty and for continuing the bond of love she cherished most, family. And to my little kids, Mido and Shore, her beloved grandchildren, you were our joy, her laughter, a gentle reminder that legacy is not only in what we build, but in who we raise. She looked at you and she saw the future, and it is you both she truly had lived. And as we say, Aopadelese Jesu, we shall meet again at the feet of our Lord Jesus. I believe with my heart that Auntie Doyin Abiola will rest in eternal peace and reunite with our beloved husband, watching over the nation with a lot of She helped shape that nation and a family she so fiercely loved. Tonight, as we sing and remember, let us not mourn as those who have no hope. Let us celebrate a woman who stood for light, who lived for truth, and who served with courage. Her names remain Doyin Abiola. It will never fade from. The story of Nigeria will never be complete. It will echo through the hills of journalism, the records of democracy, and the hearts of those who loved her. And so, on behalf of the people and government of Lagos, I extend our deepest condolences to the Abiola, to the Abuaba family. May God console all of us. I can assure you, I will cherish the text messages she had sent to me in the last 5 years. I'll keep that as my own fond memory. Adieu, Auntie. You fought the good fight. You kept the faith. Your crown, I say, eternal. Thank you very much.
Mr. Governor Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu. Once again, please a round of applause for Mr. Governor for that very, very, very wonderful speech. Tribute in honor of Mommy. Well, taking us further into this service of songs and tribute night, we've had a lot of tributes, not quite a lot of songs. But we'll be doing that specially. Yes.